Hi, and welcome to the Garden Fix. I'm Rob, and I'm in Zone 6B, Western Pennsylvania. Today on the Garden Fix, Kristen and I are going to be showing you 4 awesome plants that are great for your garden in fall. They will add amazing color, so let's get to it.
So here I'd like to talk about a perennial sunflower. This is autumn gold helianthus, and its common name is the willow leaf sunflower. You can see it has very, very narrow leaves. And this one is a compact variety. It only gets 24 to 30 inches tall and wide. And during the summer, it looks like just a nice full shrub. But then in the fall, it will get just covered, and you can see how many flower buds there are in these little petite sunflowers. So this is a zone 5 through 9 plant, so it's very hardy, and it's supposed to bloom all the way up to a hard frost. So this is a great companion with your fall mums. So you can see here that this is going to be in a few weeks very exciting, and we'll definitely give you updates on how it's looking.
All right, one of the things we're really excited about in our garden in the next couple months is our giant swaths of mums that we have growing. And this is one little section that we're really excited about. These mums, these daisy-like mums, come back every year, and they just do their thing in here and really fill in. And you can see that this is going to really put on a show. So one of the cooler mums that we have growing is this cheerleader mum, and it's growing back here. We transplanted it from another part of the garden, and you can see how interesting this is because it kind of is winding its way through things, finding its way to the sunlight. And as you can see up here, it's actually reached up through this spirea, and you can see that this is going to open up. And it's called a cheerleader mum because it'll open up into what kind of looks like a pom-pom, and they're really beautiful. So we will keep you updated on when this mum party will begin.
So next up here is a Duranta. Now this is considered an annual for us. This is a tropical plant, zone 11, but you can see just how bright and beautiful it is. This particular variety is variegated and goes by the name Gold Edge. And you can see it just really goes well with all the colors that we have over here, the very purpley red of celosia, the kind of blue tint that we have to the butterfly bush, and then this is like bright chartreuse green with yellow margins on the leaves. This, if it is in the right conditions, can turn into a small tree, and it can get up to 10 feet tall. When we bought it, it was probably only about this big in a little 4-inch pack. So we're considering possibly, if we don't just decide to buy this again next year, we might dig it up at the end of the season here. It's only cold tolerant to about 40 degrees. So when the weather starts cooling down enough, we might dig it up and bring it in the house and see if we can overwinter it. Now, if this does flower, ours has not flowered yet, but if it does, it gets these very pretty blue to purplish blooms on it. So we're still hopeful. And the other interesting thing is, if I can show you somewhere in here, that more mature plants get these little spikes or spires on them, these little needles. So it's one you have to be careful when you brush up against it.
Okay, last but not least, I want to talk about one of everybody's favorites in the garden, and that is sunshine ligustrum. And this sunshine ligustrum was planted last year in fall, and over the winter, we had a couple really cold days that were sub-zero, and we were worried that this was not going to come back. And all of the leaves fell off, and so what we did was we basically cut it back to about 6 inches. And as you can see, it came back, and we are again zone 6, 6B. Could be 6A, 6B sometimes depending on the winter. And it survived temperatures that went down actually to almost 15 degrees below zero last year. So this plant is great, and we're really happy. If it survived last year, it should survive anything. So you can see it in the sun, in the sunlight. This thing glows. It looks so good, and it's very manageable and a great addition to our yard. So definitely get one of these if you like this glowing yellow.
So that's all for today. Thank you for joining us, and keep following along to see our garden transform in the fall, especially with our mums and our perennial sunflower. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and follow us over on Instagram at The Garden Fix 2022. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, we'll see you in the garden.